What is pussy breathing? Or it can also be called Yoni breathing. Have you heard of it? And do you actually know what it can be used for? Hi, my name is Annette and my channel is Wise Woman Sexuality, which helps women connect to the more that they're looking for in their sexuality, especially as they become older. So what is pussy breathing? Pussy breathing is an ancient tantric practice, which is about connecting with our genitals, our feminine parts of us that are connected to not only our sexuality, but also a sense of ourselves, whether they're genitals that we were born with or ones that we identify with. And the practice of pussy breathing, it's not a sexual practice, but it can really enhance your ability to feel in your sexual experience. And simply what it is that it's a meditation. It's meditation that uses the focus of your mind and the practice of breathing more deeply with awareness. Many women use it to actually get reconnected with their pussies or with their sexuality or with their bodies, because the most common complaint that I have of women coming to me is that they feel disconnected. They feel like they've got no libido, their desire for sexuality is complete loss, and they don't even feel connected to themselves or to their power or to what they want in life. And pussy breathing, I thought it was totally weird when I first heard of it. And the first few times I practiced it, but now it's one of my favorite go-tos when I'm feeling like I want more fully, or if I am feeling a bit disconnected from myself. And what happens when we breathe and focus on our pussy is that it starts to awaken. It starts to say yes to us. It starts to know that we're listening to it. And its intuitive intelligence starts to speak back to us. It might speak to us in words or images or feelings or just some kind of subtle sense, but it's totally accessible if you just give yourself permission to go there. And the other important aspect of this meditation is, like all meditations, is about accepting whatever you find there and not trying to attach it to anything in particular and not trying to make anything happen. Given the opportunity, your pussy or your yoni has much to share with you. It could be about the pain of things that she is carrying. It could be about the gifts that she has to offer, or it could be just something that she needs and she would like you to hear about. It's all good news, what your pussy wants to say. And so how does this pussy breathing actually work? Start with identifying how you would like to breathe in this practice. So it can be a very gentle breath. It can be in and out through your nose, can be in through your nose and out through your mouth. Or if you really want it to be a full-on practice and to get the most benefit out of it, is you can breathe in and out through your mouth. And all of these breaths are breathed in a way that is connected. So there is no pause in between the inhalation and the exhalation. And what this does is it starts to open up the connection of the mind with the body. And it starts to get that cognitive merry-go-round part of the mind out of the way so you can actually experience yourself more fully. And there's no right way to breathe in this practice. It's whatever feels right for you. And if it feels like you want to make a more intense connection, you breathe more deeply, more fully, or through your mouth. If you want to feel it a bit less intensely, you simply come back to a nasal breath, even if it's just for 2 or 3 rounds, and then go back. So whatever kind of works for you. So when you're aware of your breathing, you close your eyes, you have awareness of your mind on your body, just witnessing what's going on, what are the sensations, what's happening there. And then you take your focus right down to your pussy and imagine that as you're inhaling right into your pussy. And as you're exhaling, you're imagining your breath, or the energy is another way of looking at it, moving throughout, spreading throughout your pussy, making it more alive and more connected. So it's simply a matter of breathing in, imagining air or energy being penetrated into your pussy. And as you exhale, you imagine that air or that breath or that energy spreading through your pussy, whatever that kind of looks like in your mind's eye, whether you have an anatomical vision of your pussy, whether you have a more kind of energetic sense of what your pussy is. So just trusting whatever is there for you. And as you do this breathing, in and out of your pussy, you'll notice that your sense of your pussy starts to change. You might sense her getting softer or more energized or more open. The opposite may be true. You might notice her getting more closed, more tight, more disconnected. And that's absolutely fine too, because at least you're present with what's going on. And when you're present with something, that's actually the pathway to healing it, to resolving it, and making it become more alive and more connected. And so as you're breathing, you're noticing what's happening in your pussy, and you're breathing in and exhaling with complete acceptance to what's going on, with complete love of what's going on. Nobody wants to show up at a party where they're not wanted. Same is true of our pussies. So the more we can bring connection and even a sense of honoring to what we're experiencing, the more we'll actually experience. So you can do this practice for around 10, 20, 30 minutes, as long or as little as you have. And the more regularly you do it, the more response you're going to get from your body. So this is probably the number one way of really getting a connection to your body, to your pussy, to your sexuality, even to your emotions, because it's a very powerful way of creating an energetic connection through the mind and the breath. And at the end of your practice, it can be really good just to bring yourself and your nervous state back into a place of regulation. And you can do that simply by breathing in to the count of 3 or 4 and breathing out to the count of 6, and doing this for around a minute or 2 until you feel completely grounded and back in your rest and digest part of your nervous system. So I hope you really enjoyed learning about pussy breathing, and I even more hope that you will make it part of your regular well-being practice. And if you would like to know more about these practices, please subscribe or like to my channel below. And also a word to more women or beings who identify as women. And that's got to be a good thing.